This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in the last session we did disaster and recovery. So it got recovered, and I see that everything is working absolutely fine. I have all the previous applications here and all the devices. Okay, it's running a little slow, guys. It was working fine, and all of a sudden it not connecting now.
It's gonna come. It takes a little while. It does that to me when I start it, but now when I open it, it just open right away. Why don't you restart the database and SCCM together?
Let's restart database and SCCM. Okay. So SCCM is getting restarted now. You are using pay-as-you-go account, right?
Yeah.
So how much you have utilized? Let's see. Cost management.
I have a payment due this month. So I don't know when.
This month charge is 22.96.
No, it should be more than that. See on the top here, it says 94 that I will pay this week. This is so far 22.
This one is for May
Last
month. May
yeah,
month, yeah. $100 you have to pay.
yeah.
Okay.
And in
And this
June so
month,
far
so
26,
far
22.
2022. Okay, so in June you have utilized more than the previous
Yes,
month.
because we remember we reinstall the SCCM for 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 times. That was taking too long.
Right.
Yeah, that's what happened. When I did backup a couple of days ago, it's the hours. That's why. But it's less than 100 a month. I mean, I'm not gonna go continue like this, but until I practice well, then I stop.
Yeah, so this month it is forecasting $168. If you utilized in the
Okay,
same
yeah,
fashion,
yeah.
it's forecasting for 168. Now I'm gonna use last month.
May was less than 100. 95.
95.55. When did you subscribe with this one?
When we started the second one with you on April something,
Okay.
I got 2 months free, and then
2
we
months
start.
free? How come? You got 2 months free?
I changed email and phone number, and then when I finished with you,
Okay,
remember
you
the
started
previous, I
again.
started,
Okay.
but this time I started with the pay. So what is this 243 now?
Total amount you have
Paid.
consumed.
Uh,
I mean, you have not paid anything so far, right?
yeah.
Did you pay anything?
No, I haven't paid anything yet.
Yeah. Okay, so total 95 for May, And in April month, you might have something in April month as well. April.
I don't know. I remember one time they took 40 something or 50 something. That might be
Okay.
in April.
Last 3 months. Let's see.
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah.
March to May. Okay.
Now
Kasif,
we
got
are.
a question for you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Kasif,
This
Yes,
is the
go ahead.
Kasif, how much time are we done with the class? Another few weeks, or how much? Where are we now?
Yeah, in this week we will finish.
So if we want to retake the class, supposing again with you, I mean, of course we'll pay you whatever. I'll pay you, but what do you
No.
recommend?
If you would like to take class, you don't have to pay anything. It is free for you. Okay.
Okay.
I don't charge for repeaters.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to database and SCCM. Yeah, Brugesh is saying you can call Microsoft and ask for discount.
Oh yeah. What's the number? You call them. I didn't answer. Give me only email.
Yeah, you
You have a
email them.
number? Can
You
you?
email them that you cannot pay so much. You can mention that I was just practicing and I
Yeah.
did not know.
See if he
So
has a separate number. Yeah, put it on WhatsApp.
no. Email them. Email will
What's
be better
what's the
than
email?
call.
Do you have an email?
You can Google it out. You will get it. Okay. On the same portal, you will have email address as well.
Can we go back? Let me look at it. Maybe
Settings,
help.
help, and new support request, feedback. Maybe you can resolve billing issue. Maybe you can try this one, or
Okay.
help and support this one. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So
Oh,
maybe they
set.
will give you a list. Just tell them that I did not know that it is gonna be charged like this. So
Yeah.
kindly reduce the amounts. They might help you. Okay.
Okay.
Now coming back to this.
Do you know what date we be done? Like this coming Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, this week we will be finishing off.
At the end of the week, like always, Friday.
So Kasif, what about Intune and all? Do you have a separate course for that? Like if you want to, like, Intune and mobile and all?
Kashif.
Hello, are you able to hear me, guys?
Now, the guy was asking you.
Yeah, Kasif, can you hear me? I can't hear us, it seems.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Kasif, what about Intune and all? Is that a separate class you have for that? That's out of the
Intune,
scope.
I will teach you Intune in this course itself. Okay.
But do you have any other course that's more advanced than this?
More advanced than this SCCM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Is
have.
this the only thing you teach?
Huh?
Is this the only class you teach, or you teach something more advanced or something else also, if you're interested?
If you want more advanced level, I teach SCCM in more advanced level as well.
Okay, but probably after we learn this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, we did the disaster and recovery in the last session, and I see that it is working fine. I have all my previous devices, right? I have all my previous users. I did not lose anything. Plus, I have all my software applications here. Okay, everything is as we had before disaster. Now the thing is, I have to deploy this one client on database and SCCM. The client and SCCM, these are new machines. They don't have SCCM client installed. So I'm gonna right click and then install client. Next, 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 finish. So database and SCCM, they will get the client. As you see, if you go to database server and open folder, you see CCM setup is just now copied here, and it will start doing the installation right now. Okay. Now today what we are going to do is we will discuss about client side troubleshooting. Okay, server side troubleshooting is already done, right, in the last week. Now client side troubleshooting. So client side troubleshooting is also very crucial when you are working as a SCCM administrator.
Didn't we should install the Windows 10 that we disabled it last time?
No, client SCCM client, we can do it on any machine, domain
Database.
Doesn't have to be on the window. Okay.
No, it's the same concept, whether you would like to do it on server or Windows 10. Now for client in troubleshooting, let me just write down the steps.
There is some sound echo with your voice.
Is everyone getting that echo or just Jamal?
I'm good.
Anyone else?
Where are the other people didn't talk?
All good. You can put yourself on mute and check whether you still get
Okay,
echo.
let me check on my end. Thank you.
Okay guys, so server side troubleshooting is already done. Now today we will do SCCM client side troubleshooting. SCCM client side. So first of all, you have to check the health of the client, whether the client is healthy or unhealthy. How will you check? For example, this one, database and SCCM. You see, they are having cross mark. Why they are having cross mark, you have to check. So what we found is the client is when you go to those machines, database and SCCM, you will not find client because these are two new machines. So what we did, we have right click on the machine and install client. This is the first thing you can try to install client. Okay. The second thing is, when was the last time the client communicated with the server? You see, the client communicated with the server on 3rd of June, like 4 days back. On domain, when was the last time the client communicated with the server? Today. So domain is all okay. I don't see any problem with the domain, but database client talked to the server 4 days back, right? SCCM client 4 days back. Okay, you have to make sure they are talking to the server on a daily basis, right? So we see that the problem is with database and SCCM client, but for domain, it is working fine. and hardware is collected, hardware scan is collected. So if you go to check client check details, all evaluation succeeded. This one. Okay. So this is also fine. We don't have any problem with the evaluation, and client setting collection, this is fine. So this is the first thing what you can check on the client side, whether the communication is happening or not, whether the inventory is being collected or not. Okay. The second thing, you go to the monitoring section here. Inside monitoring, you go to queries, and in queries you have all non-client system. This is very crucial. In production environment, you need to run this one, and that is going to tell you how many computers where SCCM client is not yet installed. In production, you may have like hundreds of computers where SCCM client is not yet installed. So you have to target those machines and install the client on those machines. Okay.
Kaushik, in this result, taking from AD, correct? Active Directory, non-client machines.
Yeah, whatever the computers which are discovered from Active Directory, right? What
Okay.
they come here in SCCM console, and from here, in the query, you get the client, whether the client is installed or not installed.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir,
So
those are the workstations or different clients?
it depends on what you have discovered. If you have discovered only workstation, then only workstation will come. If you have discovered servers, then servers will also come. If you have discovered Linux boxes will also come.
Okay. In devices list, we can see that all machines, not in only workstation.
No, we will see all machines. You can do one thing, you can choose operating system here. Okay, so that will give you the operating system name,
Okay.
like this. So just like this, you see this is Windows 10, but apart from this one, all other machine, I mean database, SCCM and domain, they are Windows Server. Okay.
Okay, sir. And one more question: if there is a client is communicating with through a internet, we can see that client devices also here.
Three internet, what three internet?
I mean, in real-time environment, few devices are connecting through internet.
Yes.
Internet-based client.
Yes, the devices are connecting through internet as well. So in that case as well, you will have last communication policy request information. Same thing, same as local LAN network.
Okay, same details like this. There is no difference between workstations and internet-based client.
No, same
Okay,
thing.
sir.
Okay. Now, so how do you make sure the client is working fine? Okay. So first thing first, you have to, if the client is still not working, you see database now started communicating, right? And you see this is green check mark. Similarly, SCCM will also show you the green check mark because we have installed the client on SCCM and database. Now, for example, if I go to any computer and I would like to know whether the client is healthy or not in this machine. Okay, SCCM client. What is the status of SCCM client on this computer? So first of all, I'm going to start the task manager and services. In services, I need to find out whether CCM exec service is present or not. This service, this is your SCCM client service. In every machine, it has to be running. Wherever the client is installed, it needs to be running in running state all the time. So you see, this is CCM exec, it is running. Okay, so this looks fine. This looks fine. The second thing, if the client is installed successfully, then you have to check the client installation log file. So C drive, Windows, and CCM setup and logs, and this one CCM setup, which we have already discussed, CCM setup, and go down to the bottom. So either the client will have CCM setup exiting with return code 0 or return code 7. Both are success. Return code 0 success, return code 7 is also success, but it needs a restart. Okay, but it is success. So if you have anything apart from these return codes 0 or 7, then the client did not install properly. So that is the second thing you have to verify. First the service, the second the client installation log file, that is CCM setup. Okay. Third thing is you have to have 3 folders: CCM, CCM cache, and CCM setup. These are all SCCM related folders, guys. Okay. Plus, after the installation, you have to verify whether the registration happened successfully or not. So how to verify? You can go to CCM and then logs, and here you will have client ID manager startup log, this one. When you open that one, go down to the bottom, a little up, it will show you that client is registered. This is how you verify whether it is registered with the server or not. Okay. Plus the registration, the client, the server will give a GUID. You know, this is the unique code for this client on this machine. So you can verify whether the code is same or different. How can you verify? You go to control panel. Okay. In control panel, we need to see whether this is present or not. Configuration manager, right click and create shortcut on the desktop. So here you will see that it is talking to a management point, client certificate, self-signed certificate. If this machine is connected on the internet, then it will be a PKI certificate. Co-management is fine. This is the unique GUID. It's the same GUID which is present in this notepad. Okay, you see this is C454. You see starting with C454. So this is the same GUID to this one. Plus you need to verify whether in action tab you have all the tabs or not. Sometimes what happen, only couple of tabs are there, only machine policy and user policy, then client is not installed properly. Here you have all the tabs. Okay, looks fine. After registration, you can verify whether it is talking to the right management point, distribution point or not. So you can go back to the log file, see Windows users, sorry, see Windows CCM and logs, and the log file name is location services. Now in this location services, go down. So it has some problem, database. It was not able to communicate to the management point, but in the last 10 minutes. Okay. So in such cases, what you can do, you can go to services and CCM exec, right click and restart this service. This is your SCCM client service. So what will happen? It will re-register with the server. The client will re-register with the server. Stopped and running now. Okay, so this is now running. So you will have re-registration information here. If I go back to this location services, so the reply from the location manager contains 0 certificates, received reply from the portals. So it is working fine. Okay, it is working fine. It is also connecting to the right management point. As you see, default management point is this one. So I don't see any problem. Okay. Plus, if you send anything, let's say you send application or packages or any policy, you can verify that one in policy agent log. This is the one, policy agent log. Okay. Just like you see, received user delta policy, 0 assignment. It did not get anything. Okay, because we haven't sent any policy. Okay, now requesting user policy, requesting starting up machine policy. Okay, so it's working fine. It is requesting the machine policy and it is requesting user policy. Okay, so I don't see any problem with this one. So as soon as a new policy comes in, it will give you the log file for that thing, that new policy arrived or something. Applied, you see, applied 19 policies successfully. So when it is working fine, it will say that policy applied like this. Okay, so this is also good. Now sometime the client is not working properly, so what you do, you have to ping the machine, the server, ping SCCM PS from here, SCCM PS from here. Okay, it is pingable. Plus you need to ping this machine from SCCM server as well, vice versa. So machine should ping from each other because both of them are working through the DNS. So in DNS, the entry should be there for both the machines. Ping database, right? We have to database. For example, our client machine is database now. So both of them are pingable to each other. Now on this computer, if the client is still not working, we will check the C drive free space. So C drive free space is fine. We don't see any problem. Okay. You need to make sure the client has ample amount of free disk space. Plus, the client, there should not be a firewall blocking. Okay, if the firewall is blocked, like port 80, port 443, the one which we discussed about, right? If those ports are blocked, then the client and server cannot talk to each other. Now, if you tried everything, every possible steps, but it is still not working, right? What you can do, you can uninstall the client and reinstall. How will you do that? There is one option to uninstall and reinstall by doing like this, right click and install client, next, and choose this option to repair the client. If the client is present already and you would like to repair, this option will help you to repair the client. But if you would like to do complete fresh uninstallation and reinstallation, then you choose this checkbox which says uninstall before it can reinstall. Okay, and then you go next, finish. Understood? So this option is there for client uninstallation or client repair if that is still not working. Okay, If that is still not working, what you can do, you can uninstall the client manually. How will you uninstall the client manually? By going to this CMD as admin. Yes, CMD, and go to cd/c:/windows. Okay, /CCM setup. So CCM setup folder we have to go to, and then we will run one command called CCM setup.exe /uninstall. So let's assume that this machine client got corrupt, and we have tried all possible steps, but it is not working. So the last resort is to uninstall the client and do a fresh installation. So ccm setup.exe uninstall and hit enter. The moment you do that, what will happen? The client will start uninstallation. And to check the log file, you can check it from this one. C Windows CCM setup logs. This is the log file, which will show you that it is getting uninstalled. Okay, CCM stop service. It is disabling, remove environment, right? It is doing the uninstallation task now. So we'll leave that as it is. Any question so far?
In this client, does the system restore works as we do for the regular troubleshooting? The regular
System
machine
restart.
restored.
System restore, it's a very, that's not a right approach to do, okay? Because that will be the user system, right? User will not like it he will lose his data, right? So the client has issue, we will fix the client issue.
So it's not only the whole system, just the client part only.
Yeah, so we are troubleshooting only client part.
Okay, clear.
So the client will get uninstalled in few minutes, and then once it is uninstalled, we will reinstall the client again. You see,
Sir,
the one folder is gone. CCM cache folder is gone. We now have CCM and CCM setup. Okay. You guys getting echo?
Yes, we are getting actually.
Wait, guys, wait. Let me change my headset.
Yeah, I guess I'm echo sometime.
Hello? You guys
Wait,
there?
no, wait, he's checking his headset.
Hey guys, is it clear now?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the client is now uninstalled. We will verify whether the client is gone or not. So let's go to CCM setup and logs and CCM setup and go down to the bottom. You see CCM setup is exiting with return code 0. Okay. And uninstallation of product, uninstall succeeded. Clear everyone? This is uninstalled. Now we have to reinstall the client. But before you do that, let's delete these extra folders. These are the leftover folders, CCM and CCM setup. I'm gonna delete them. Sometime it will not let you delete. So you can restart the machine in that case. Okay. Now, one more thing is, sometimes you might face problem with WMI repository. Now, what is WMI repository? The client is completely dependent on WMI repository. It's like a small DNA of the computer, a small database which contains your computer information. So in every machine you have C, Windows, System 32 and WebM, and this is the repository. This is basically, this contains the computer information, hardware information, software information, uh, the computer registry information. Everything is present here. It's like a DNA of this computer. And SCCM client is basically taking all the information from this repository. The client is completely dependent on this one, right? How many RAM is there? What is the hard disk size? What is the free disk space? How many patches are installed? Everything is present in these repository. If the client is not able to communicate with this one, so sometime what happens, this repository is corrupt and client is unable to communicate with this one. So what we can do, we can repair the repository, WMI repository. We can repair. Most of the time you will face this kind of challenges. So you go to services, that services.msc, and in services you have to look for Windows Management Instrumentation Service, this one, and you pause this service, WMI service. This is the WMI service which I paused it. And now right click and delete this. The repository is gone, and we will create a fresh repository folder. So I'm going to start resume this service again, and you will see the new repository folder will come here. If not coming, right, if you tried the resume option, if it is not coming, what you can do, you can restart. Without this repository folder, SCCM client cannot be installed, guys. Okay. SCCM client cannot be installed. You see, after restarting, we got this repository folder back. This is a new repository folder, and informations are getting collected. You see, the size are increasing. So sometimes you have to repair the WMI repository. Because client is completely dependent on this repository. So repository is repaired now, and we will now download one file. Okay, these are the steps which we used to follow in companies for client troubleshooting. Okay, So let's download one file, CCM clean. CCM clean is the application which helps you to remove the leftover registry information and other things. So this is the website.
Is it the Microsoft website or second party?
No, this is the third party website, but you can also go to Microsoft website.
So you are allowed in a real production to bring some second or third party
No, this
applications.
is the application which Microsoft gives, but this website has downloaded and uploaded it on this website. This is Microsoft product,
Oh, okay.
but they have downloaded from Microsoft and uploaded it here. Okay, so CCM clean.
Also, it clean what the memory or it cleans the
Clean
hard disk.
no, not hard disk. It cleans the SCCM client leftover files from registry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna click on save and run. When you do that, so SCCM client registry information will go away. So that is done. Okay.
And it is a free version.
Yeah, from Microsoft itself, it's a free. Okay. Now you can go back to that folder again, the C Windows folder, and try to delete this CCM. Okay, it's gone now. Understood. So it had some dependency files, so we just deleted empty recycle bin. So we don't have client now. It is completely fresh machine now without the client. Now we have to install the client. Either you install the client from the console, or you can install the client from manually. Okay. So how to install manually? You need to copy the client setup. So let's copy it from SCCM server. So SCCM server is SCCM PS/C$ program files, Microsoft Config Manager and client. This is the client folder in SCCM server. You need to copy and paste it on the target machine where you are troubleshooting. Okay, so this is copied. Now we have to go to this location and then run this CCM setup. That's it. So when you double click on this CCM setup, what will happen? It will create the folder again in the same location. See, Windows, CCM setup. It created the folder again and started installation again, fresh installation now. Okay. Any question?
So this is the manual. What is the other way? Can you see it on the GUI on the SCCM console?
Yeah, which I already showed you, right? Right
Oh, the
click and
regular
install.
installation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the other way like PowerShell? You could do this.
PowerShell, the actual command for PowerShell from here or from the computer?
No, from the PowerShell console itself. From here, how can you do it?
I don't know the command line, but you will definitely have a command line.
So search it. If you type client installation, would it come?
But that's going to advance now.
Probably.
Yeah, but the command line will definitely be there. Let me refresh.
What
Client
question to ask is the question.
Client
Installation.
install client install underscore client. Yeah, SCCM. Yeah, I think this is the one. You can try this one. Okay. So when you use this, it is asking you to input object. Maybe you have to put the machine name here. Okay.
Machine name and all that stuff.
Yeah. So the client will get installed on that machine. Okay, you see database, the client is now installed. Any question, guys?
Hi Kasif, I have a question actually.
Yeah.
I have deployed a software in another machine, but it is not getting distributed. It is showing in a progress last 4 and 5 hours.
Share your screen, I will check.
Is he using his own or is he in Azure?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it is in progress.
Okay, Microsoft Report Builder.
Maybe he needs software update point.
No. You have restored it?
Yes, I have restored.
Okay.
And I cannot see any report as well. And I saw your video on YouTube how to fix it. The SCCM client does not allow to does not report SCCM server.
Okay. Successfully distributed. What is the date? 7th. Other files are getting distributed?
I have tried one of the another one which is name is remote, which is already distributed in previous sessions, it has been installed actually.
Okay, you have not given the path properly. Just domain
No,
source
no,
will.
no, no. It is an actual path.
Actual path.
It is
How
a right
come?
path actually.
How come it is actual path?
This file is there now, that's why.
No. Always keep it in a folder, okay?
Okay.
Because if you give that path, then all the files will get distributed, which is not good, right? Now try to distribute again and let me know, okay? Any other question, guys?
Report, I can't see report as well.
Question.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Sir, I'm Shiva. Actually, I already pinged in WhatsApp. I'm facing that issue due to, creating that virtual machine. It's not taking that Windows server.
Okay, in the afternoon I will check because that will take time to troubleshoot, okay?
At what time I will ping, sir?
2 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I just restarted this SMS component and SMS executive. Okay.
Okay.
Because the new distribution did not come. Right now the
Okay.
time is 7th of June, right? Now for report, what you do, you uninstall the report, reporting services point, and reinstall again.
I did actually. I did a WMI repair as well, and
WMI repair has got
yeah,
nothing to do with this one.
I did repair the repository as well. I have created new one, and I have checked the log as well. SSR setup, it was successful,
Okay.
and but I do not understand where I'm doing the mistake actually. I spent approx 7 to 8 hours to troubleshoot last 2 days.
Okay. You can also connect with me in the afternoon,
Okay,
and then
okay, sure,
we will troubleshoot. Okay.
okay, sure.
Fine, guys. So we'll meet tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone. Bye.